Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's such a common saying. People say it a lot. Be here now. Be present. And it's such a. You don't really give it as much attention as we really should. Because it's actually such a great pointer to the truth, or truth, for lack of a better word. Because there's nothing other than now. There's nothing that exists other than this present moment and the felt sense, the sense that we can feel that we are aware and conscious and alive right now of this moment, and whatever may be happening in that moment, whether thoughts are rushing, whether we're uncomfortable. It's all happening now. And there only ever is now. Past and future are just thoughts. We can only think about the past and think about the future. But those thoughts happen within now. And sit with that. Sit and ask yourself, can I find anything other than now? Can I find future? Can I find anything other than this? You just can't. You can't find anything other than this moment. And when you may hear this, and but I'm not finding any peace in that, what you're telling me. Or I get what you're saying, but shouldn't this happen? If I was really present, wouldn't I feel great? Wouldn't I feel amazing? And just notice that as thoughts in presence, made from presence. Yeah, it's hard to point to presence because and at the same time it should be so easy because it's just this here right now. Whether the mind accepts it or not. Where else could it be? And watch the mind create stories. Well, maybe I think I get what he's saying. Maybe if I just keep thinking, oh, I'll come to this future moment where I just finally understand. And that moment won't come. Just keep seeing that just keep looking for something other than this moment. go out into nature and look at a tree or a flower or even a bug and just sort of observe them and observe how they're just there now, being, and not thinking about things and about what this person said to them, or trying to figure out the nature of reality, or they're just being. A tree is just being there as a tree. It doesn't want anything else from the world. It's just being, and just, yeah, without an agenda or trying so hard. It's just there. Same with bugs and animals. Just being. And that's how simple reality can be. Just be here now. Just be. Don't try to understand it. What's there to understand? Let go of your mind. Let go of the thought. Let go of seeking, trying to understand. See that there is just this moment eternally. And just be human. And enjoy your life from that place. And you'll see that you're never really out of being. You're never out of the moment. We sort of go about a day and we're present for a bit and like, oh no, I fell out of the present moment. But once they're seen there only is the present moment, you never really fell out of it. That was just a thought that told you that. So you have to keep practicing to bring yourself to the present moment, which is always here. It's silly. You couldn't be more here if you tried. It's the mind. It's tricky. But just keep seeing the now and returning to that place until it's seen that the now is all there is. It may take some time for the mind, apparent time, for the mind to adjust. And this is where you can find peace. This is what we're looking for in life. We want life to be so many different ways, and we want to have crazy experiences and this and that and money and fame and do all these nice things because we think it's going to bring us to a place of fulfillment. But when it's seen that present moment is all there is. And with that, with time going away, the idea that we can find fulfillment in a future time can also fall. So we just stop desiring future things because we just feel completely like everything stopped and we're just present. And there's just a sense of beingness that is boundless. True freedom. And we ask, how can we get there? How can we get to now? It's ultimately a silly question, but the same time an understandable one. Sometimes it takes just something like this just to see that the now is all that is, but sometimes we may need to investigate reality, investigate a concept of time. Does time really exist? Or have I just created it in my head? Have I grabbed a concept called time and put it over reality like a box? Because of clocks and stuff. Because time didn't exist at one point. We invented it for practical purposes. And it is quite useful for practical reasons. It's a nice way to organise a day, But doesn't mean we have to believe in it. It's only really a thought. If we look into the nature of time, it's just a thought that we projected over reality. Past and future thoughts only. It's just now. So when time falls away, the idea that, we can find fulfillment in time should fall away too. We can just be here in the moment. But another issue is why you may not be seeing what I'm saying or feeling what I'm saying. It's because you're believing what your mind's telling you about this moment. The mind might go, this moment isn't that good. This isn't peaceful. I feel this way. I feel that way. But that's you believing your thoughts to be you, or believing the feelings that the thoughts and all that is you. Who is aware of these? And is the one that's aware of these thoughts, or the presence? The awareness. Is awareness disturbed by this moment? Does awareness, consciousness, does it need this moment to be anything other than it is? Because once something starts talking and going, well, I do need this to be blah 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 because of this reason. That's the mind again. We listen to it too much. We listen to it like it's us. The voice in our head is us. But it's not. Because we are aware of the voice. And it's like the voice is talking to us. And something in us, emotions react, and it's just like this sort of fight going on with the emotions feeding the body and the body feeding thoughts. And why buy into that? Why react to all of that? When there's just the present moment, what use is reacting so much to all this mind stuff? It's like three things we can, live without is time, desire and seeking for this moment to be anything other than it else, and listening to the mind. What happens if you stop listening to your mind? What happens if you just come to your body and just stop listening to the mind, any thoughts it has? Let thoughts come, but just don't listen to them. As you don't see them, be like, not me, these are just thoughts arising. Because thoughts, they're the ones that get us in the trouble and make us spiral. when we just accept the moment and this is the moment, maybe there is uncomfortable negative emotions arising for you as you come into the moment, come into your body, come into the moment. And what happens is we go, well, this moment should feel peaceful, and there's uncomfortable emotions arising. So I want to get rid of them so I can feel the peace. And that's another way it sort of takes us not out of the moment, but brings about suffering. Just let the uncomfortable emotions, they've been waiting to be felt. You've been pushing them away, and when you come present, they arise and they just want to be felt fully. Not at arm's length, just feel into the emotions. Don't listen to the stories they're telling you, because they are just thoughts, stories, interpretations. Just feel the emotions and let them process. They're just trapped energy within the body. Try not to label them. Just feel. And don't resist. Because we can experience what you would call negative emotions and still be at peace with them. We can experience sadness and still be. If there's no resistance to the sadness, then it's just sadness. We just go, oh, this is just a process. Resistance to emotions is what causes repression and probably what leads to depression or anxiety or those things is not being able to fully experience and let go of emotions, so much so that we're in a state of constantly pushing away things we don't want to experience, which makes us live in the head, which completely numbs us out. Stop resisting. Stop resisting what's inside of you. Because you'll find it's not that bad. It may feel overwhelming, but it's just an emotion. It's just a feeling. And the mind may argue and say, no, this is more than that, this is this is this, and it's just a feeling that is moving through the body, an uncomfortable energy. Why give it so much power? Let it experience it fully. And that's a little shadow work thrown in there. A lot of our lives is spent resisting everything. Just getting little glimpses of peace here and there. It's exhausting. The mental battle we have going on. We're trying to push emotions away, we're trying to become something, we're trying to find fulfillment in these crazy pursuits, we're exhausting ourselves, working hard, or we're doing the opposite, we've just given up and we're just lying and lounging around all day. We just don't want to feel the pain inside of us. We want to avoid it constantly. I know this video sort of took a strange turn from talking about presence to repressed emotions, but I think it's a reason why a lot of people struggle with presence is because what's waiting for them with presence is a lot of uncomfortability. Sometimes I remember when I started resting in the moment, or being direct in the moment, it was uncomfortable for me. I couldn't actually, didn't, it never, people would describe it as peaceful, and I was like, there's resistance here. It's because I was ignoring what was going on, the truth that was going on inside of me, and trying to force reality to be a certain way. But it's not the feelings that, or how we feel, it dictates our contentment. Like, oh, I'm feeling peaceful, and that this should stay. It's our resistance to whatever is arising. Resistance to life is what makes things struggle. If you had no resistance to anything, it doesn't matter what arises. If there's no mental resistance to it, we can flow with it. Not saying an external non-resistance where we just let life do whatever it wants to us as we act accordingly, but inner resistance to the moment is the problem. And we create resistance by deciding that what this isn't good enough. I don't want to experience this, I want to experience this. I'm only happy when this and this is happening. And these are all thoughts we're telling ourselves. So I guess the only thing we can do is bring ourselves into the body, into the moment, feel what needs to be felt. Remind ourselves, see that there isn't really time, there is only this moment. And as we slowly but surely surrender to that truth and let go whatever needs to come up, we peel back layers. And this process appears to happen in time. But it's just a big we're like this. It's a tight fist. The spiritual process is just loosening that fist. But it all happens now in this moment. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.